Hello, everybody. It's your friendly neighborhood Uncle Pete, and welcome to my movie series, Nails in a Coffin. What we do here is we rate kills in horror movies using nails in a coffin as a scale. One nail in a coffin going all the way up to 4 nails. A one nail kill is when the victim made some dumb decisions that if they didn't make, they could have avoided being killed. Going up to 4 nails, a 4 nail kill is where no matter what the person could have done, they would have died. Or if they fought valiantly and had an honorable death, going out with their boots on, so to speak. So what movie are we going to talk about today? Well, this movie was on UK's Video Nasties. It came out in 1982. It's a cult hit, you could say. John Bacquire Simon's Pieces. This movie has a basic plot. It's about an unknown antagonist who is killing female co-eds and using their body parts to build a human jigsaw puzzle. So our first kill happens just 2 minutes into the movie. The movie opens up with this little boy who is putting together a jigsaw puzzle in his room. Mom comes in to see what he's doing. She looks down to see the puzzle and she goes into a fit of rage because it's a jigsaw puzzle of a naked lady. She smacks the boy around a couple times, yelling and cursing at him. Tells him, go get a plastic bag. I'm going to burn it all. So as she's going through the kid's room looking for stuff that she's going to throw away and burn, the son comes back. When she looks up at him, it's not a plastic bag that he's got. He's got an axe, and he brings it down right on her head. So it was a surprising kill for her. She didn't expect it. But she's going to lose some points on the nail ranking because she was still at fault. If she hadn't smacked the kid around and gone into such a fit of rage, maybe he wouldn't have killed her. And she should have paid more attention to what was going on. So for this kill, she's going to get 3 nails in a coffin, losing points for just being a horrible crap parent. And one thing about this kid, he's a conniving little bastard. Bastard! On to our next kill, which takes place about 8.5 minutes in. This kill set up is you see a young female co-ed laying in the grass, doing her homework, enjoying a nice sunny day. She sees a man behind her with the chainsaw. They have a quick little exchange. He says, I'll be done in a few minutes. So obviously she's going to pay him no mind. Well, a few moments later, as she looks up, here comes his figure blocking the sun, blocking her view, and takes her head off with the chainsaw. She doesn't really move or anything. She just kind of screams and freezes and gets her head taken off. Now, the kill was taken by surprise, but I'm not going to give her 4 nails. She's going to get 3 nails in the coffin because she should have had some type of spatial awareness, just to try and move a little bit, something or another I think she could have done to avoid getting her head lopped off. So this kill, 3 nails in the coffin. Our next kill happens about 20 minutes in. There's another young female in the college. Her name is Susan. She's swimming topless in this pool after hours. She's waiting for her boyfriend. So it's after hours, all the lights are out up on top of the pool and everything, so you really can't see much of what's going on. As she's swimming, the killer is stalking her. He gets a pool net, puts it over her head, and starts dragging her to the edge of the pool. She's choking, having trouble breathing and everything. She's out of sorts. The killer gets her out of the pool, lays her on the floor, goes over behind himself to go get the chainsaw, starts it, and he's walking towards her. She had time to move because she's coming to and she sees him walking towards her with the chainsaw, but she just kind of shrinks back and instead of going back into the water where he couldn't get her because he had the chainsaw, it wouldn't work anymore. So she could have done something. So due to this, I'm only going to give her 2 nails in a coffin. And unfortunately, you see this a lot with 80s horror movies where the victim freezes, gets scared, just throws her arms up and screams, and they still get killed. Right at 36 minutes in, there's a humorous scene that I got a good chuckle out of. It's a tennis match, and for a full minute, we get to see a tennis match, and even spectators watching the tennis match. I thought it was kind of humorous. You can tell it's one of those scenes that they put in just for padding to extend the runtime, seeing as how this movie is only about an hour and 25 minutes long. Well, this leads up to our next kill, which happens around 42 minutes in. We get to see this dancer, and she's finishing up her routine, and she's getting ready to go home. You can tell when she's getting dressed, maybe her spidey senses were tingling, and she knew something wasn't right. So as soon as she got changed and ready to leave, she's running. She's running to the elevator, because something just doesn't feel right to her. And I thought this scene was very well done. Well, she gets to the elevator and she sees somebody standing there. You can tell that she recognizes this person. So they go on the elevator together. Apparently, she couldn't see that the person that she was going in the elevator with had a chainsaw hiding behind his back, which I found kind of funny. But he gets her in there, stops the elevator, she's freaking out, and she does another one of the typical kills you see in old movies where the victim just goes, ah, and puts her arms up. He takes the chainsaw and cuts her arms off. They don't definitively say if she died, but one of the detectives at the end says, yeah, it's probably not going to make it, so I'm going to count her dead anyways. As far as the ranking, I'm going to give this dancer 2 nails in the coffin. If she knew something was up, something wasn't right, and she run into the elevator, yes, she knew the person, but he's wearing a trench coat, a hat pulled down, and he's hiding something behind his back. Something should have told you something was off. So, again, and the fact that she didn't push him or nothing, she just threw the arms up. Another dumb decision made by victims, unfortunately. I'm only going to give her 2 nails in the coffin for this kill. Our next kill happens about 55 minutes into the film. It's Sylvia, this investigative reporter. She's snooping around the college at night trying to see if she can find anything. She's in a locker room area where there's saunas and whatnot, and she's opening doors trying to see what's going on. She opens this one door, which looks like it's a sauna, and the light appears right on this chainsaw from outside. She doesn't say nothing or do nothing, or she appears to not even notice it. But when she closes the door, the killer was obviously hiding in there, picks up this chainsaw and starts following her. She goes to this one room that for some reason it's got one lone waterbed. So I find that really odd that a college gymnasium or locker room would have just one waterbed by itself in his room. Anyways, she's attacked by the chainsaw killer. He stabs her and slashes her multiple times, but she never stops fighting. And I admire that about her because even though she's been stabbed a bunch of times, she's still fighting. So for this one kill, she's getting 3 nails in the coffin. And the only way I think she can lose points is you're investigating a killer who's killing young women on campus at night. And you're a young woman on campus at night by yourself. So that's what stopped her from getting 4 nails in a coffin. But Sylvia, who fought hard, she's getting a very respectful 3 nails in the coffin. Our next kill happens at 59 minutes into the movie, and it's tennis player Susie. She just finished up with the tennis match. She's taking a shower and getting dressed. As she's doing so, the killer with the chainsaw surprises her by starting the chainsaw and revving them up. She looks at the killer. She knows who it is because she's like, you. So she knows who it is, but she runs right away and tries to get away. Unfortunately, because of locked doors and whatnot, she doesn't have anywhere to go. She winds up getting cornered inside, looks like a shower stall, but she closes the door. Well, unfortunately, the killer's got a chainsaw. He chainsaws through the door and kills her, cutting her in half. The fact that she ran and she did what most people would do when they see someone standing with the chainsaw, whether you know them or not, is she ran and tried to hide and try to get away with them. Susie's definitely getting a respectable 3 nails in the coffin. There's not much she could have done to avoid being killed because she did run and she did try. So for Susie, she's going to get a solid 3 nails in the coffin. There's another scene that happens about an hour and 20 minutes into the movie. Mary, she gets drugged by the killer. So she's pretty much paralyzed. She can only move her eyes. When she's found, she's trying to tell everybody else to look behind the curtain. That's where the killer is hiding. And this actress, it was really impressive that she does so much with her eyes right there, trying to get attention to these people and go, hey, look behind the curtain. Now, mind you, she couldn't talk, she couldn't speak, move her arms or anything. So she does a lot with her eyes, and I was just very impressed. But you can see the terror in her eyes and how she's trying to say, hey, look over there. So it's a very good scene. All right, we're getting ready to wrap things up. One of the last kills in the movie is the dean, who we know by now is the chainsaw killer. This happens about an hour and 20 minutes into the movie. He's hiding behind a curtain, as we had just previously talked about, and he slowly goes to stalk Mary and Kendall. Kendall's walking Mary around, trying to see if he can get her to talk, move around a little bit. Well, Kendall and the Dean have a little bit of a tussle. They're wrestling around on the floor with a knife and whatnot, till one of the police officers come in and shoots the Dean straight between the eyes. He's dead. Not too much of a exciting kill, I should say. He just got shot in the head. Not really a big payoff for, the killer dying in the movie, but that's going to come in a second. So for the Dean is only going to get 2 nails in the coffin because he didn't do anything special. He had to stop. He was being slow, and he had killed so many people in the movie earlier, and he had a problem with the knife in his hand trying to surprise somebody. So the Dean is only going to get 2 nails in the coffin. So after the Dean's death, they're looking around the study where they were in, and there's a hidden compartment in the wall, and when it moves, a body falls out. This is the jigsaw woman that the Dean was putting together out of all the body parts of his victims. So it's a nice little jump scare, even though it's typical at the end of the movie. But at the very end, when Kendall is getting ready to leave the room, he's got to go grab his jacket. So he walks over the body on the floor of the jigsaw woman that was put together. Her arm shoots up out of nowhere, grabs him by the crotch, and castrates him. And the movie ends with him screaming into the camera. Doesn't really fit with the rest of the movie, but it was a nice little stinger at the end. So there we have it. That's the movie Pieces. Really fun slasher movie that you guys should check out if you haven't seen it already. And I want to thank everybody for checking out this video. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you'd like to see further. I like to talk nerdy about horror movies and kills and stuff. I do appreciate you guys checking this out. I'm having fun with this so far, and I'm learning as I go. I'm becoming more comfortable, so sky's the limit as far as I know. I'm having fun with this channel, and I look forward to going on this journey. Hopefully you guys come along with me. Take care. I'm your friendly neighborhood Uncle Pete, and remember, with great kills, there must also come great nails.